Agriculture started in the Shenandoah Valley with the Native Americans. They would have grown things like corn and squash and beans. But the first settlers came here in the early 1700s, and they came here with the idea that they were going to make money and prosper on the land. Agriculture's always been here, but it's always been changing and adapting to what the markets are and what the technology is. Fields of Gold just puts an exclamation point on the Shenandoah Valley and highlights what we are and what we have always been, which is a beautiful setting filled with prosperous family farms, many of them century farms, and interspaced with history. And many of those farms are actually the history that we see here in the valley.
The history of the mill goes back to 1746, is the earliest documentation of a mill being on this site.
On Sunny Slope Farm is my family's farm. It's been in my family since 1828. My great-grandfather started the modern-day turkey industry on this farm in that field right there.
The farm itself, though, has been in our family since 1924, and we've been milking cows. We've been a dairy farm since 1952.
In the 1970s, something dramatic was changing in the textile industry. Mills were closing left and right, so I learned how to work a mill. In 1981, we built our first mill.
Showalter's Orchard has been an orchard for a little over 100 years. My husband's father bought the farm in 1965.
Hermitage Hill was born out of a place called Waynesboro Stables. The barn originally was built in 1989 and 1990. We bought the stable in 2006.
Originally, as far as I understand, the Maple Festival was started by a number of the maple producers who wanted a little more avenue and a little more outlet for marketing their syrup.
Farmers started responding to the market and increasing the value in their product and doing different things.
I wanted to do something to be able to promote sheep and wool. So one day I said, I think I'm going to have a festival. It was enormous. So obviously we knew we had something great. Agritourism, this was the key. You're promoting your product and you're tying it in with something that the public would enjoy.
We're a grist mill, so we grind corn and wheat into various flours and grits. We provide to a variety of restaurants and local shops. We have an apple butter festival, and we have a run that we're doing called Run of the Mill.
We would never have the reach, though, that we have with Fields of Gold, and we really look forward to working with them hand in hand in our growth.
We have a Maple Festival here in Highland County. It's 4 days of it, 2 weekends. First year that we did it, we had probably 1,000 people. It's grew ever since. This past year, we had over 4,000 people that came through our sugar camp. We have taste samples where they can actually taste the maple syrup. We do the seminars from the maple tree, collecting the water, to the boiling process that we do at the sugar camp.
If you visit Showalter's Orchard, there's a lot more than just pick your own apples. We offer peaches. We have a greenhouse and garden center in the spring where you do gardening classes. We press and bottle and ferment and totally make our own Old Hill hard cider. We have sweet cider, so there's something for everybody to enjoy.
Currently, all 350 acres are still in production agriculturally. The center 4 acres are what I lease. We do a variety of events. Anything that anybody really wants to celebrate, we can do here. We have 3 signature festivals a year that really highlight all of the different things in the valley.
Hermitage Hill is still a working farm. We continue to board horses during special events, weddings, and occasionally with the brewery being open, we allow people to come and visit them. The tourists can wander around the farm. The experience is, bar none, probably one of the best educational opportunities that a visitor could have. Connecting people to agriculture is the #1 experience that we're aiming for.
People who don't get to live on the farm love going out and seeing it and going out into the country and being a part of it and being a part of their food choices. And it's a great wave of the future for agriculture.
A lot of these farms are being abandoned or sold, so if we can introduce agritourism to these farms and create extra income, it's a plus both ways.
One reason that agritourism has been so successful for us is that it reaches everyone. We love welcoming people here and meeting people and sharing what we do.
Connecting people to agriculture is the #1 experience that we're aiming for. And inherently, if you can create an environment with sight, smell, touch, and taste, you're going to connect 4 out of 5 people to what you're doing, and you're going to give them an experience they're not going to forget.
I would definitely recommend other farmers to join Fields of Gold because, again, it's exposure for your farm and your business, but it's also exposure for your neighbors and your other, your fellow farmers. And really, if you can get as many people in the community to back local products, it keeps the money in the community and it helps each other out.
Agritourism embraces all fields of agriculture, and so part of the experience for the visitor is going out into a beautiful countryside. The set is so important, and the props on the set don't speak, but they're part of the setting and they create the scene. And so I think people would rather drive by beautiful working farms than they would urban sprawl. So you need all the facets of the agricultural sector to provide the foundation that combines to be a quality of life that can't be beat anywhere.